Hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the PMDG 737-900, which is looking absolutely sleek here in the old United colors, sitting here in in Newark on this cold, or I don't know if it's cold, but it's an early winter morning, February morning. And I really fancied flying the old United colors today, which I really like. I think I like them more than the old ones, which, by the way, we can just see on the stand back there, which is also 737-900 with the new colors. So that's a very nice comparison just next to us. And I think this is really cool. We're flying out of the Big Apple, which, by the way, we can see back there, although it's a bit too far away to have the nice custom building, so it looks a bit generic, but never mind. And we are checking out the New World update, which is the Caribbean update. So we're heading to Puerto Plata. Will take us roughly 3 hours to get there, crossing a lot of water, of course. And Puerto Plata is very cool. It has a fancy R&P arrival, but that's all I'm going to hint for now. We will jump inside the flight deck in just a second, and there we will actually take care of looking at the OFP and the flight plan. Usually I do this on the outside and pull in the screens, but today we want to use the PMDG electronic flight bag to do that, which I haven't been using much. In fact, I believe this is the first 737 video on the channel using the EFB. So I really haven't been flying this aircraft in ages, but very much looking forward to this. This scene really gets me going. Yeah, I love the lighting, how it reflects off the fuselage. Absolutely stunning. All right, guys, let's get things started. Okay, and here we are. And first things first, let's make this flight deck a little bit more cozy. Looks kinda dark in here, but we can fix this by just adding some background lighting. Yeah, and I think this looks way better already. Cool. So here is the EFB. I have loaded up the aircraft already. This is all the data. United 1078. And it's really, I don't know what to say really. It's I think there has been a lot of hate regarding the EFB. But to be very honest, I kind of like it. I think it's simple it's like it has a simple setup, it's very intuitive, there's not too much unnecessary stuff on here. It has the EFB, it has the performance tool. I've heard some real pilots criticize the performance tool, that it does not really give the proper values, and that's of course something I can't really judge on. So if the values are incorrect, then of course that's kind of disappointing. But from a UI perspective, I think it's okay. I really like it. So here's our flights heading out over the Atlantic, and this looks a bit odd, but I've looked at Flight Radar, and apparently that's what the real-world flights do as well. Maybe getting a little bit of a shortcut, but they do head out over the Atlantic and then head south towards the Dominican Republic. And so that's that. Looking at the OFP, we of course United has the first class config on the 739, so we're carrying 174 packs, which sums up to 0 fuel weight 142.1. Takeoff weight on this 3 hour and 10 minute flight is going to be 171.9, which is still a bit of headroom to max takeoff weight, but fairly heavy. Looking forward to this departure today. Right, other than that, there's not too much stuff we need to cover on here. Maybe just checking out the weather for the arrival, which I haven't really done yet, so that's always good to know what to expect down there. So Mike Delta Papa Papa, that's nice one. Scatter clouds 1600. Okay, low hanging clouds, tropical temperatures, of course. 6,000, little bit of rain. Okay, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. We can handle a few clouds. Was 1,800, but I think that's also still fine. Okay, so nothing out of the extraordinary, which we need to be aware of. Now, pulling up some charts, we are departing on the Newark 5 departure, I think it is. Yes, this looks good. So we are departing on runway 22 right. And this is kind of cool because we do a very early left-hand swing. Basically as soon as we can. So that's stable altitude, let's say around 400 feet, left-hand swing, then on heading 220. And then Elva is our first waypoint, so we might take a direct to Elva at some point. But this will be very quick, so it's just a short section of manual flying away. But I think it's a very cool departure. It looks very fun. And then we can also check out the airport. Yeah, so to right. Typically, I think they taxi out from the apron, then on Bravo. Then after Bravo, we take a left on Juliet, and then left on Romeo, and then Romeo down to Whiskey intersection. So we have a bit of a shortening of the runway. And then from Whiskey, we will kick things off. That's the plan, at least. Okay, so let's move ahead with the setup. Nav, that's okay. Route, request sim brief. I love that they now got the sim brief integration, which is making stuff so much easier. Oh, nice. We can even load up from here. I wasn't aware of that. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, 30.4. Cool. Okay, I believe boarding is already completed, which was very quick. So let's be quick on all the FMC setup as well. 1078. Elva, departure. 22 left on the Newark 5 route. And then for the arrival, I've already mentioned it's the RNAV, which I believe is Yankee actually. Yankee, and now I do need to look at the charts. Actually do need to take a quick look, so that's gonna be the, I think the Sekar. Oh, there's two. Sekar 3 Sierra. Papa 150, okay. I think this will work. We will of course double check the arrival when we get a bit closer, that's for sure. Let's get the performance data in here. Which is taking forever, but there we go. Okay, reserves is something we need to double check. Find reserves on alternate 7.5. Rounding up always, 7.5. Cost index 55. Okay, this seems to come from SimBrief as well, which is perfect. Starting off flight level 330. Wind is in here. Ooh, nice. I love this new integration. It works absolutely flawless. Okay, getting the winds, and then we can do the takeoff calculation. And let's see if intersections are in there. I think that's something I haven't checked before. Okay, we have the winds. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. Now coming to performance tool. 22 right. Runway length. Okay, that's something we need to check. This is okay. Import weather. Runway length. Now let's see if we have a chart for that. That would be kind of cool. No, and I can't find what I'm looking for. Okay, let's do it a bit different. I mean, it's a huge runway. We're gonna get off the ground. That's not an issue at all. Aha, okay, it does have some values in here. 9549. And that's for Mike, I guess. Mike, okay, shall we depart from Mike in this case, just since we have the number here, that's kind of convenient, which is 9549. Let's see if it changes. So that's takeoff 46, takeoff 36. Oh yeah, that's a bit of a difference. That's a bit of a difference. So that's takeoff 36. It's not far away from Toga Power even. Flap 5. And speeds 150, 55, 62. 150, 55, 62. Cool. So we got this settled. Let's fire up the APU. This goes to 330. 162 heading initially. That's 219, if I'm seeing this correctly. 219 for runway heading. And top altitude for this departure is crazily low. It is, I think, 2,500. Yeah, 2,500, very low. We're gonna get there very fast. I'm gonna be late in dialing this up, just to let you know ahead. But it always happens like this. Yeah, you kind of need to have two persons in the cockpit to do it in due time. Okay, let's run some checklists just after we check the oxygen, which is checked, and double checking up here. Things are looking good. Okay, pre-flight checklist. Oxygen test is 100%. Navigation, transfer, and display switches are normal. And auto window heat is coming on. Pressurization mode selector is auto. Flight instruments showing heading 323, 323, and 3003 3 times. Parking brake is set right now, and engine start levers are cut off. Pre-flight checklist is completed. Bueno. APU gen, APU bleed. Packs are on auto. FS actions, ground services. Remove everything, and we are asking for pushback. Okay, so we can run the... Ah no, sorry, never mind. Let's finish the flow first on the overhead.
Hello, Captain.
Hydraulic
we are
pumps,
ready for pushback.
Anti-collision, seatbelts are on. And this is coming TA. Right, before start checklist, flight deck door, closed and locked, fuel pumps. We have the fuel pumps on, and we have 30,400 pounds on board. Passenger signs are on, windows are locked, MCP is set, B2 162 heading 219, altitude 2500. Seated pre-flight completed, rudder and aileron trim is free and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed, anti-collision lights on before start, checklist is completed. Okay, off we go. Highly customized GSX config, so we do expect to be pushed to spot 15. Let's see if this works out. And of course, now we will fire up the engines. Packs coming off. Let's start with number 2. Yeah, there's no auto start on this one, so we will wait for 25% and 2. And this pushback is going strange, to say the least. Okay, fuel. Yeah, maybe if we swing around now, back to 15. Bit of a strange procedure, but if it works, I'm fine with it. Okay, starter cutout. Same procedure for number 1. Fuel. Now we are looking for ignition. There we go. Wow, that's I'm just seeing that's the Singapore Airlines A350 on this brutally long flight. I think it's currently the longest in the world. From Singapore to Newark. Okay, starter cutout.
Set parking brakes.
Generators coming on. Parking brake is set. So we are spot on. So this did not work too bad at all. Okay, APU's coming off, APU bleed off, packs on auto, isolation valve auto, probe heats coming on. This is on auto, so we don't have to put it to continuous. With this kind of starter layout, this is coming RTO, flaps 5, and trim is coming 4.98, pretty much 5. So there we go. Quick flight control check. Full left, full right. Full up,
truck disconnected.
full down.
Bypass pin removed.
Full left, and full right.
Left is clear.
That
right
is
clear.
checked. Before taxi checklist, generators are on. Probe heat is on. Anti-ice is on. Sorry, not on. Is not required, so it's off. Isolation valve is auto, engine start switches are on auto, recall is checked, auto brakes RTO, engine start levers idle, flight controls checked, ground equipment is clear. Cool, and the before takeoff checklist, flaps are 5 and stabilizer trim is 5 units. And this already completes the before takeoff checklist as well. Okay, so what did we say? We said out to Bravo, right, then left on Juliet. Let's do it like that. Taxi and turn off lights. And we get moving. Alright, short taxi only. We are coming up to the runway. So TARA, let's make sure traffic is selected. And yeah, what else? I love the scenery, by the way. It's the, I haven't used it before. It's the, what is it called? DRZEWIECKI, I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken. Looks really, really good. Alright folks, we have completed all the checklists. Ooh, sorry. That was bad. Let's do the fixed. That should be good enough for the departure. This is Mike, so we will swing onto the runway. Strobes are coming on, so all the lights are set. We are ready to go. Let's see, I think this will be fun, flying a fairly heavy 737-900. Okay, let's take the flight time over here and we will start the clock on our side. And let's rock and roll. So that's 40% stable and take off. Yes, nice. The engine's making a bit of noise. Let's have a very quick view. Yeah, we can hear the power.
80 knots.
80 knots, checked. Oh yeah, using a fair bit of the runway here. Oh.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
E2.
Let's be careful
Positive rate of
for
climb.
tail strike risk. I think it was a bit of aggressive on the rotation. Okay, positive rate. Gears coming up. Okay, let's climb to 500 feet. Left-hand turn. Nice. This is cool. Let's trim out the aircraft. Okay, let's not go too much. Then we need to go straight to the right-hand turn as well. There we go. Turning right, heading to 20. That's the altitude. I already flagged you that I'm gonna miss it. And it was non-surprising. Okay, heading to 20. That's a handful. This departure is a handful. Alt intervene. Oh, okay, no, it's already dialed up. Flaps 1. Speed check flaps 1. This is coming off. Ah, that's many things at once. I still want to hand fly it a little bit. Flaps up. Let's take another quick view. Yeah, nice. Very, very nice. Very good stuff. Okay, then I have the legs page open, so direct LV execute. Gear off. Lights. Climbing to 50 knots. Okay. Yeah, that was fun, guys. That was fun. Having to do a lot of things at once. Imagine flying this on VATSIM as well and need to handle frequencies. Ooh, then it gets really, really busy. Okay. Climbing through 5,000. I think that's a good time for autopilot. So command. And then we can run the after takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds are on, packs are on auto, landing gear is up and off, and flaps are up, no lights. After takeoff checklist is completed, and now we will enjoy this departure out of New York. And yeah, enjoy the cruise, guys, and then we will hopefully meet back for a nice and maybe even challenging arrival into Puerto Plata. Let's see. So folks, here we are, proceeding towards Puerto Plata, and yeah, fairly uneventful cruise, which is a good thing in a way, I suppose. And yeah, now passing 12,400 just now. We can also descend a little bit lower. And yeah, let's talk about our arrival. As I've mentioned before, it is a pretty cool approach we have into Puerto Plata here. So right now we are flying the Secar arrival, pretty straightforward. Beethoven, then Papa 150, which is the initial approach fix. And you can see the airport is located here on the coastline. And there's one runway 08 or 26. Wind is coming from a north easterly direction today, so we will be landing runway 08, which has this pretty cool, oh, why did this not work, RMP Yankee arrival. So from our initial approach fix, we continue and then hit the final approach. Yeah, which is sort of a fancy turn, reminds me a little bit of, what does this remind me of? Maybe a little bit like Nice, but not quite. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there are a couple of airports with similar procedures, but this is a fairly short turn. So from Papa 120, once we turn on the final approach course, we are 5 miles out, which is not a lot. And yeah, should be fun. Minimum is a 420. The wind is not crazy at all. We can check it out in a second. So this is runway 08. Then there's Alpha and Bravo. Yeah, I think Alpha we will not make it, but Bravo we will be able to make. It's a fairly long runway at 10,000 feet, so that's okay. And yeah, then we can. Not sure why I'm zoomed in like this. So there's one bug on here. The runway IDs are wrong. It's 01 and 19, but the heading is correct, and also the length. That's a bit strange. It seems like just the runway IDs are messed up a little bit. And yeah, latest weather 090 at 10. So now we can actually add 5 knots. This will be fine. Auto brake 3. I think we will be doing a flap 40 landing just because we are coming in a little bit. Oh, just noticed I forgot the seatbelts. Just because otherwise we're coming in like a little bit fast, and it's, you know, I think it's good to be as slow as possible during these final turns, so we have a little bit more time to get stable on the final approach course. That's my thinking here. So 142 plus 5, 147 on a flap 40. This will be our final approach speed. Okay, so how do we fly the RNP? We could use the approach mode, but we can also just as well stay in LNAV and VNAV. And given that minimums is 420, we can dial it all the way down, maybe to 500 feet. And by then we should easily be visible and hopefully manual flying already. That's at least the plan. coming back to the charts, let's check out our missed approach procedure, which is just straight on runway heading. That's very good. Climb by the maximum to 20 knots to 4,000. Okay, as easy as that. Alright, and final approach course is 084. Maybe let's dial this in here. I think it's also a kind of a nice reminder, so we know what it is. 084. Let's do it over here as well. All right, and over here I think it's nice if we can have the progress page with the distance to go, 25 miles. This will help us on our flap setting schedule. Let's see, the decel point is just after Papa 150. We have a speed of 200 on 130, and 130 was 9.6 miles out. Yeah, I think it's okay. We are a little bit above the profile, so we might want to be using our speed brakes in just a second. Let's get the 147 in here, also just as a brief reminder. All right. So we basically just need to run the landing checklist once we are established for the final approach. Okay, still 600 feet, so let's bring them out a little bit. Yeah, 50% marker, that's good. Yeah, a few clouds up ahead, but this should not be too much of an issue for us. Okay, and this is looking good. So I'm... Okay, decel point is coming up, otherwise we could even consider to use the speed brakes to slow down already, but now we will go straight to a flip 5. Okay, so flap 1s, we checked flaps 1. Okay, flaps 2. And I'm just gonna leave the speed brakes out for a little bit longer. I think they are of good use at the moment. Very good use even, since now we are being high on the profile. Okay, flap 5. Oh, flap 10. Okay, flap 10. Maybe I did hit it 2 times, not quite sure. Okay, now coming back towards that VNAV profile.
2500.
Ooh, aircraft is doing some weird stuff. But maybe that was also me with the speed brakes. Okay, let's go gear down. We have 8 miles to run. Speed intervene. Flap 15. Now we should be visible. Yeah, there's the runway. Okay, flap 25. Flap 30. Let's go into the full config now. Speed 147 and flap 40. Let's put all the lights on. Not like this, but rather like this. This is auto. This looks good. Okay, landing checklist. Engine start switches are on auto. Speed brake is armed. Landing gear is down. And flaps are 40. Green light. That is completed. Okay, let's take that aircraft. And this needs to come to 4,000. Just like that. And then I will also take the throttle. That's following the flight director. Alright. Okay, now let's try to get stable. That's a handful, just like the departure. Feels like it's also quite bumpy. But okay. Okay, looks good for now. The flight director is very helpful for the time being. I think usually now you would recycle them, since it is a non-precision approach, but I will not do this just because I want to leave my hands on the controls. Now let's see, still 20 knots of wind. This needs to die down by quite a bit. So I want to make sure to keep the power up a little bit. Don't want the speed to drop too much.
500.
Wind's still picking up. What's wrong with the wind? Holy cows.
Approaching minimums. 400.
A little bit high. The trees look unrealistically tall, to be honest. Continue. Still 20 knots. Now it's dropping. Now the speed is dropping. Yeah, that's what I kind of was expecting. Wow, that's a tricky one. Now it's only 10 knots of wind. Speed is low. But we will get there eventually.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Ooh, come on. Get down. Yeah, there we are. Nice. Reverse. Reverse screen, decel. Alright. That was fun, guys. That was more fun than I expected. Holy cow. There was some gusting winds. Not even sure if we really met those stable requirements, since speed was all over the place. But it's like the speed, like the wind dropped from like 25 or 20 knots down to 10 knots within, I don't know, what was it, like 10 seconds maybe? At least it felt like this. Really, really crazy stuff. But considering that, I think a landing was quite okay. Was actually quite okay. But yeah, let's check it out in the replay, I would say. Okay, now very quickly getting this APU started, since you can see these stands are just straight ahead. This is coming to steady. What else? Traffic, weather. This is coming to TA. And now we need to pick a stand. I guess we can take any. What do we have here? This is Alpha 5. Works for me, I would say. Just does not work for where's my menu? Where I can't even trigger the sim menu. What's happening? It will usually appear up here, but it does not. Okay, I will try to get this fixed in just a second. Seems like stand 5. This is. Alright, did we miss something on here? I don't think so. APU is available. Perfect. Okay, I will quickly try to fix that. Okay guys, I actually can't get it fixed. That's strange. I never had this bug before. I did load the flight from a saved state in between, but still this should not be happening, so whatever, we will just finish like this. Unfortunately, I guess I won't be able to trigger GSX deboarding now. But yeah, it is what it is. Alright, let's hold it here, parking brake, and then we have APU generator left and right. We will kill the engines. And then the electrics, propheat, window heat can come off as well. APU bleed, this comes open. Anti-collision lights come off, and the fuel pumps, we leave one on for the APU. Right, shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps are off, propheat is off, hydraulic panel is set, flaps are up, parking brake are set for the moment, engine start levers are cut off, and weather radar is off. Parking checklist is completed. Alright, maybe we can use the PMDG deboarding. Alright folks, welcome once again to Puerto Plata, and yeah, now we have the sorry, not the GSX, but the PMDG service going on. I did hit this the stop line surprisingly well without looking outside. And yeah, that's it. That's Puerto Plata. Unfortunately, it's only us here for the time being. But yeah, of course, it's a fairly small airfield, but I think it is looking really cool. I mean, considering this is free, where you just get this for free in the sim. See, it even has like an interior, modeled interior. We can look outside, check out our aircraft. This is really, really cool. And let's see, I haven't checked like the current flight plans for this airport, but maybe there are even some heavy operations into this airfield, which would be so cool doing this approach with I don't know, whatever's coming up. Maybe 777 once we have it, or maybe A330. I don't know, we will see. Maybe some heavy aircraft into this airport. I guess this will be a very fun thing to do. Alright guys, we will stop it here. And thanks for tuning in on this one. Hope you have enjoyed flying the 777 after a very long time of not doing so. And yes, I will catch you on the next one. Take care everyone. Bye bye.